Coming up, Pineville police are asking for help finding 4 men who robbed a gas station Tuesday. And with the help of the Leslie County community, several stolen items were found and reunited with their rightful owners. Plus, a meeting was held last night to talk about Hazard's growth and development in the near future.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Taylor Upchurch. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon, sounds like it's going to be awfully hot today.
Yes, it's going to be a scorcher this afternoon, and guess what? It's not going anywhere anytime soon, and it's going to be a couple of, actually several days where you need to keep your heat precautions in play. Let's take a look at some of the cameras this morning. As you head out the door, we're looking at Buffalo Mountain, and things are pretty quiet up there on the mountain. Maybe just a little bit of a breeze this morning. Southwest breeze bringing that warm air in. Over Whitesburg the same. Visibility not too bad. A couple of spots of some fog there. Temperatures 50s and 60s heading out the door this morning. 89 the forecast high. The record at Jackson set back on this day in 2007 is 86. If we get to the forecast, we will break today's high. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Taylor?
Thank you, Brandon. A family hit with a tragic death and a dangerous birth are looking for answers. The hospital that received Marlene Ochoa Lopez's baby after it was torn from her womb is now under investigation. Police say 19-year-old Marlene was killed and her baby was removed from her womb. It was 3 weeks before her body was found. Clarissa Figueroa and her daughter, Desiree, are charged with Ochoa's murder. Police say Clarissa Figueroa took the newborn to the hospital, pretending it was her own.
The fake mother brings him in and she's not bleeding and she doesn't appear to be in medical distress. That doesn't make any sense. It's illogical.
The Illinois Department of Public Health has opened an investigation into Advocate Christ Medical Center. The center says they are cooperating with the investigation. A third person, Clarissa Figueroa's boyfriend, is also facing charges in connection to Ochoa Lopez's death. At a news conference Tuesday, Oxford's interim police chief, Jeff McCutcheon, wanted to make his message clear. McCutcheon announced one of his own men, Matthew Kine, was arrested in connection to the homicide of 32-year-old Dominique Lachelle Clayton. The mother of 4 was found dead Sunday afternoon inside her home on Suncrest Drive. Family members told WMC Action News 5 she had been shot while sleeping in her bedroom.
We want the truth out and we want justice for my sister.
That's, of course, is in Mississippi, and the Oxford police requested the help of the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation in gathering details on the case. Clayton's family had no further comment Tuesday so as not to disrupt the investigation. And a woman in an RV led Los Angeles police on a high-speed chase while 2 dogs sat in her lap. One of the dogs jumped out despite shredding her RV to ribbons by smashing into other vehicles. The driver kept on going. The wild chase came to an end when the disintegrating RV crashed and came to the rest. The suspect tried to run away with the second dog in tow, but she was quickly arrested and treated for injuries at the scene. The second dog also appeared to be injured, as did another driver who was taken to the hospital. And police say 4 young men robbed a Pineville gas station early Tuesday morning. Pineville Police Department officers say the Delta gas station on Highway 25 East in Pineville was robbed while one cashier was working. They say while the cashier was not hurt, the 4 masked robbers got behind the counter, stealing cigarettes and other items before leaving the store. Police say one of the robbers held a rifle during the incident.
Through investigations, we have developed suspects and we're continuing to try to locate them at this time.
Police ask that if anyone has any information on the robbery to call the Pineville Police Department. All calls will be kept confidential. 2 trailer loads full of stolen items were found Monday night in Leslie County. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with officials at the Sheriff's Department who say without the community's help, this wouldn't be possible.
Around 2 weeks ago, the Leslie County Sheriff's Office received a call.
We received a complaint around May the 6th of a break-in.
While an elderly couple was away, their home was broken into.
They had broken 3 buildings, a barn, a house.
After identifying the truck on the security footage, police were able to obtain a search warrant for the home of Jimmy Simpson.
We wasn't able to locate any of the stolen items there, but We did locate around 14 grams of methamphetamine.
James Brock was in the home with Simpson at the time and was also arrested. Officials were unable to locate the stolen items until someone gave them a clue.
I'd actually received a phone call earlier in the day from an anonymous person saying, if you want to find this stuff, go to this address.
That led deputies to a home where Brock's mother lived before she died, and that's where they found the stolen items.
It was probably a half-mile radius scattered throughout the property where all the stuff was located.
And thanks to alert neighbors,
And without the community, it would not have been possible.
the items will be returned to the rightful owners. In Leslie County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Simpson and Brock are in the Leslie County Detention Center facing multiple charges. And a woman in Miami is injured after a building partially collapsed Tuesday afternoon. Officials say she was walking on the sidewalk next to this restaurant when debris fell on her head. It happened just as part of the building's roof came down during demolition work. But the woman was able to go to a medical center across the street and was later transported to a trauma center. There's still no word on her condition. Police say they shut down the street after the incident. A wave of demonstrations against abortion bans swept through all 50 states yesterday. So far this year, 8 Republican-led states have passed laws severely limiting abortion rights. Around the country, anti-abortion rights activists are hopeful the conservative-leaning Supreme Court will strike down Roe v. Wade.
I feel strongly about it, and all of that is working its way through court.
The recent, more restrictive abortion bans are unlikely to reach the Supreme Court, but there are others the justices may look at that could chip away at Roe v. Wade. And West Virginia is one step closer to expanding its medical marijuana industry after Monday's special session. Starting in July, the sale of medical marijuana will be legal, but businesses selling the plant could also have the opportunity to grow it. When Crystal Reeves opened Purple Leaf Cannabis Dispensary in South Charleston in 2018, she knew she wanted to sell and eventually grow medical marijuana soon. Soon, she'll come even closer to making that a reality.
It's very exciting that we're able to bring that type of expansion to West Virginia. The cannabis industry is going to blossom and really change its economy in every aspect of it.
The bill only allows West Virginia companies to seek permits, something Reeves says is great for the state's economy and job market. Another Eastern Kentucky retailer is shutting its doors. Dress Barn is actually closing all 650 of its stores. The women's clothing chain has been around for nearly 60 years. The company has not said when the stores will close, and there are 6 Dress Barn stores in Kentucky, including one in Pikeville. It's an emotional time for the manager and her workers.
All the girls that work here, they're all very special to my heart. This is just a very emotional time right now. But we all just have to have faith and believe that when one door closes, another one opens for us.
Renee Thacker said she and her crew will continue to serve customers until the doors close. And the City of Hazard and the Kentucky League of Cities hosted a public meeting last night. City officials asked community members to come out to support the town and to bring ideas on what they would like to see come to the City of Hazard.
The League of Cities is helping the city devise a 3 to 5 to 10 year plan, which we can, as a community and business leaders, and of course we want our young population also to be involved in this process, on how to create jobs and how we can all work together with limited resources to make this come true for our area.
This was the second League of Cities meeting in Hazard. And App Harvest announced an $82 million investment into their greenhouse project, courtesy of Equilibrium Capital. The company plans to build a 60-acre greenhouse in Rowan County. Construction is expected to begin immediately, and the greenhouse is projected to open in 2020. The agriculture facility will bring 285 full-time jobs. It will grow tomatoes and cucumbers for national grocer distribution. And earlier this month, we told you about a project in Elkhorn City. Tuesday, walls went up for the Elkhorn City Baptist Church Family Life Center. Volunteers gathered at the church to begin putting the bones of the structure in place. 2 of those volunteers traveled all the way from Georgia. Tommy Purcell and John Worley say their mission is to help churches build. They specialize in buildings like this one in Elkhorn City Baptist Church ordered. They do not work for the company that sells the buildings, and they do not ask for compensation. They're just part of a mission team that wants to lend a helping hand.
Some men like to hunt, some like to fish. We just love to build these church buildings. It's that simple.
Pastor Aaron Butler said his church has seen God working through this process, and he's grateful for the volunteers involved. Straight ahead, HBO officials addressed rumors of a Game of Thrones spinoff.
We will go from the upper 70s to close to 90 today, all in the span of 24 hours. I'll tell you how long the heat wave is going to last in about 3 minutes.